Hello, and welcome to channel of Paradim blog, where I search into contents about how we can keep our values in life, do things the right way without relying on shortcuts, and live a quality working life. First file of contents deals with basics of leadership, and we are in its third chapter entitled Necessities for a Leader. This video delves into importance of a strategy. We now move to a third piece of the trinity of organizational identity. That third one, of course, is strategy. With this one, I want to emphasize it a bit more. We will not be looking into details or into how to develop a strategy, because it is a very broad and complex field. What we are looking for are just the basics in order to know why strategy is another element a leader needs to do his or her job. A strategy is often related to as a path, one towards fulfilling our purpose and towards realizing our vision. So a strategy, in essence, has to answer to the question, how are we going to get there? Answering such question can be quite tough. If we take for example our school from previous two posts, let's say that school has been operating for several years. And now teachers are talking that they are wishing for a better relationship with students and more motivation. Such a desire, if shared, should become a vision. But finding a solution to such challenge can be immensely complicated. What has to happen to realize that vision? What are the possible ways to achieve it, and which one will we choose? Then, how do we realize that chosen way? By defining the way, strategy makes a difference between a dream and a vision. Former can be passive and remain in our minds as something we hope for, but latter implicates activism. Why it matters? As defining a mission is articulating our motivation and drive, and defining a vision is creating that end image we will go towards. Developing strategy means clearing the fog on a path towards that result. Behind developing strategy is a very analytical and information-intensive process, and as a tool, it is the one that builds belief in that end result. It shows us what needs to happen along the way, what are the milestones, how long attaining certain outcomes should take, etc. Strategy is also a piece of identity. As it defines a way or a path, it sets the most important values we will adhere to and live by, as we do our everyday work. Therefore, it is an element that will further unite members of an organization. With knowing and understanding why, what, and how of the organization, its members can really be independent in making their choices without this damaging a very much needed basic alignment of those choices throughout the organization. Last, but absolutely not least, strategy is a guideline. Strategy tells us where to put our efforts to. It tells us where to put our focus into to reach the desired outcome. Some results we chase can be a considerable distance along the road. We can be unsure about it, or get caught by various doubts. It is a heavy feeling to work with, if your work feels like a dead run, and not leading anywhere. Well, strategy usually specifies a palette of end and immediate measures that can be invaluable feedback for us to help us guide ourselves in our day-to-day thinking. Strategy shows members of an organization the way to a vision, and with it builds belief. It further unites members in their acting. And it guides day-to-day efforts, giving everyone a better chance to judge their work and persist in realizing a created vision. It is another essential element that a leader needs to do his or her job well. To be able to create engagement of members and activation of potentials for the organization as a whole, and to enable working with trust, independence, and self-fulfillment for those modern followers.